Hey, this is Andy, and I'm here to show you how to make my egg drop soup. For the ingredients today, we're going to need some chicken broth, I prefer using chicken broth over chicken stock because there's less added flavor in it, and I'd rather control more of the flavor myself. We also have some soy sauce, some sesame oil, cornstarch, garlic powder for some more flavor, some eggs, and some green onions that we had frozen. So first things we're going to do is we're going to put the chicken broth into the pot. So before I turn on the heat, I like to add the cornstarch first. It makes it easier to dissolve, in my opinion. And we're going to add 2 tablespoons. And we will just whisk that in. We're going to whisk this until all the cornstarch is dissolved. Get it off from the sides. Make sure you're scraping it off the bottom because it likes to stick there sometimes. A whisk is ideal for this. And also for later when we add in the eggs. If you need a whisk, you can check out the links in the description. Help support us through Amazon. Now we'll turn this on. We'll put it at a medium heat. On this, put it around 340 degrees Fahrenheit. And now I'll add the garlic salt. Garlic powder rather. Not too much, just a little for some extra flavor. You can also use garlic salt or actual garlic, but in ease of access, we're using garlic powder today. And also to keep the sodium in this kind of low. Also forgot to mention some pepper. We'll add some of that now too. Freshly ground is ideal. So while this is heating up, I'm going to get the eggs ready. We're going to put them in a measuring cup because it will make it easier to pour later. These are the eggs that my parents got at Kroger for 97 cents for an 18-pack. That's how we normally get our eggs. So since I put in 4 cups of chicken broth, I will use 4 eggs. I like to use a 1 egg to 1 cup ratio. And we will whisk that up with a fork so it's nice and ready for when we need it. And we'll put that to the side for now. So off to the side, we actually have some white rice ready to go, already done in our rice cooker. because we like to put our egg drop soup on top of white rice to make it more filling. It can make egg drop soup into a full meal, essentially, for the family. Make sure to keep whisking this every once in a while. We want this to not be boiling, but to be warm enough. So when it starts to bubble up before the boiling stage is when we're ready. So you might notice we're using a different burner today than the last video I did. This time we're using a Bonson Kitchen induction burner that we got off Amazon. It will also be in the description below. And this induction burner can only use stainless steel products. You can't put like plastics on it or else it'll melt and ruin the surface. So if you need those to go along with it, also in the description down below. So now it's reached the stage, you can see the seasoning inside moving due to the bubbles at the bottom. This is the stage we want it to be. So I'm going to turn down the heat just a little bit while we do this. And this is the stage where we're going to add our eggs. So whisk the eggs up a little bit more just to make sure. And we're going to turn this down a little more because we don't want this bubbling that much. Perfect. Okay. So that's too far. We want this to be at like this level. So I'm going to spin this in a circle to make a little whirlpool. And we're going to slowly pour in our eggs, very slowly. And this is how you get the ribbons in egg drop soup. So slowly pour it in. This can take a little bit, but it's worth it. You can see the ribbons already starting to form at the top. Just keep slowly pouring a little bit at a time until you use all your egg. A big chunk just came out of the egg white. It's fine. A little bit more and we'll be good. So now that's done. You can see nice ribbons on the whisk itself. Just put that off to the side for now. And this is when we're going to add our soy sauce. I don't exactly measure this. I do this to taste. But about that much is enough for now. Usually I'd add a little bit more, but once again, we're watching our sodium levels. And then for sesame oil, you want just the smallest drop. Tiniest amount, because the flavor in sesame oil is incredibly strong. Mix this up one last time to incorporate those two. You can see the color spreading throughout. We're also going to add some of our green onions. What we like to do is, I would normally cut up about 2 or 3 stalks of green onions, but since we had these frozen for a while, for when I was ready to use them, I'm just going to use a couple of these packets and it should be enough. Mix that in a little bit, and our egg drop soup is done. At this point, we can take it off the heat, and it is ready to be served. Make sure to get some green onion in there. You can see those beautiful ribbons inside the egg drop soup. And then with rice. So 2 different ways to eat it. With white rice, without white rice, enjoyable either way. So now let's try it and see how it tastes. Perfect, just like the restaurant stuff. And you can make it that easily at home too. I'm Andy, and thanks for watching this video.